Just a quick cold open. I wanted to remind everyone that our fundraiser for St. Jude is currently ongoing, and you can find a donation link in the description. We're excited to have new partners for our fundraiser this year, as well as the opportunity to offer some incentives to our donors. Anyone who donates $10 or more to our fundraiser will be entered to win digital art created by some of our partners. Winners will be selected at the end of the fundraiser. In that spirit, we hope you will enjoy the following episode about art versus memes. So Void Boy, I want you to level with us. To what extent are we talking about memes versus art? And to what extent are you using this as an excuse to teach us about art only and just try to, civilize us to that degree?
Well, it's kind
of... Are the memes the bait, is what I'm saying. Are you just baiting us with the memes?
Yes, I am baiting you guys with memes. It's not entirely purely about memes, but a lot of things that happen in the art world, they tend to intersect with what we would consider memes today. Generally, I'm very interested in the ways that art is, and specifically the very purely image base of art, it allows itself to say really specific things. And I brought some examples of things that says something really specific that is a combination of what we think memes are. They have to be humorous. They have to be part of a certain group first, because memes kind of start off as in-jokes and then they spread out and become their own things. And
I would say most of the successful memes are humorous.
Yes.
But I think we'll get ourselves in an awkward situation if we insist all memes must be humorous.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tend to start out, but they also can be surreal. They can't. Yeah, and they can also be critical. They can point towards problems and issues that's going on, and obviously, you can use memes to point out problems, contradictions, or just talking about a certain subject without really talking about it. But it's still kind of cool.
Memes, I think I should take this example because, I, in the course of my ministering, have to talk to a number of ministers who are traditional ministers and older ministers. And the question of what is a meme comes up. Mm-hmm. And I don't say this, but I definitely think well, it's like art, but it's somewhere between a political cartoon and a ransom letter.
Yeah,
that like it's carved out of pieces of other things, and is that art? Who's to say? But it definitely sends a particular message when done in such a way. Mm-hmm. So we'll see how this comparison holds up as we move through. But I do see a lot of memes, especially the ones that critique being like pre-formatted political cartoons with similar kind of critique.
Yeah. So I've done this format before, and I think it works great with like small groups, and it lets itself sort of well for like a listening experience if you're able to catch up. So I already done the due diligence of posting all of the links and the names of the pieces that we're going to watch in order. I decided to pick like around 4. Usually I do 3. And each link will take you to just the image itself, so you can just kind of look at it. We look at it for a second, and then we will kind of navigate it, and we'll, not make interpretations, but like try to understand where does this piece relates to our subject, which is obviously memes intersecting with art. So I want everybody who is listening in, if you're doing something, I am truly sorry. I know a lot of people like to listen to this while in the background. This is more of an engaging
I,
activity.
I have a question though. Is
Yes.
this the story of how we become art pilled? That we are going to become, art connoisseurs at the end of this conversation because you've proselytized us. Should I be prepared for that eventuality?
Probably not. This sort of work is
There's only so much civilization you can offer to a person like me. Okay, I get that.
yeah, this sort of thing is like, uh it's not an acquired taste, but it's like you really have to like enjoy it.
All
um
right, well let's see if I get art pilled anyway, even despite the unlikeliness of it.
Nice. So we're gonna start with the first link on the top. If you guys go to the comments section, you're gonna see a bunch of links that I posted. If you can sticky it, that'd be cool. But I'll keep an eye on the comments. If somebody's lost, let me know, scream, and I'll guide you. The first link is the Dutch Proverbs by Pieter. Um, I'll butcher his name, Bruegel. And this is
I'm
like,
in no place to critique on that.
yeah. If anyone's from the Netherlands, please correct me because I'm pretty bad at these names. So
Wow, this is a complex one.
yes,
It's got a lot in it.
it's got a lot in it, right? So just look at it first, take it all in, and just give me you guys like your first thoughts. So this is during the while you're looking at it, I'll kind of give some quick background. So Bruegel the Elder was considered one of the masters from the Dutch Renaissance or the Netherlands Renaissance around the 14th, 15th century. And what was really popular at the time were parables, kind of like little stories or things that people would say to each other. And once we zoom in, a lot of this kind of looks a little goofy, a little silly, right? It seems like there's so much stuff going on. If you pay attention, a lot of this looks very absurd. And everything here has a meaning. Everything is connected to a parable and is connected to like almost like a proverb for life. So this is kind of like,
For anyone not looking, it feels like a Where's Waldo, where everything is just high quality, and as far as I can tell, there is no Waldo here. I will report back if I find Waldo, though.
Waldo is gone. And yeah, this is very beautiful. This is like hyper detail. It's very beautiful. And what I love about this painting so much when I was looking at art school is that it has a wonderful job illustrating like a feeling or just like a certain attitude. And everything here has like, I know at least most of them. We're not going to go through all of them because then we'll be here forever. There's at least 100 parables in this painting alone.
Yeah, I've seen this before, and obviously I haven't discussed it all that much. But now that you say it, like, it's crazy that all these things would be happening all at once, all in one place. But for some reason, that didn't occur to me until you said it.
Yeah.
It reminds me of those like search books that you have as a kid where it'll be like there are 25 raccoons in this picture or something, and you just have to like
Yes, I've done those with my daughter, and I've been stumped by them too.
And it's super fun. It's like it's super fun just like looking at this. And unfortunately, not everything here has a direct English, like a one-to-one translation. Some of them are like super hyper specific to Dutch culture. But a lot of them are from sayings that we still say today. Like my personal favorite, if we're looking at this to the right, the bottom right, we'll see a guy kind of his laying on a table. So we see this guy.
He's like laying face down on a table as if taking a sudden unexpected nap.
Right. But notice his hand. So we have one hand grabbing a loaf, and then his other hand is reaching for the loaf, but he just can't like get it. Right. So what do we think? What kind of saying is this referring to? If we were to guess.
Making ends meet.
Yes.
Did I get it? Do I get a gold star?
That is exactly what it is. You get a gold star for that.
Whoa.
Yeah, so this is this could be like a phrase saying living paycheck to paycheck or not making both ends meet. So this is like a perfect visual illustration of like a parable. And then right next to them there's like a guy with porridge, like, oh my god, the porridge, which this is a very meme worthy image, just having that alone. It's, you know, there's no use crying over spilled porridge or milk as we know it today.
Now, are these things meant to influence each other? Is the porridge spilled because of the dude taking the weird nap, trying to make the, you know, reach both pieces of bread? Or are they like just adjacent to each other?
They're just adjacent to each other. They're not necessarily like, not everything here is connected to everything. The overall idea is just to kind of compile every single possible proverb that's very popular that we know of, and just kind of combining into this one big piece. If you ever look at the works of Erasmus Bach, with like the Kingdom of Heavenly Delights, which he paints a lot of religious imagery, this is sort of similar to that, like compiling everything and putting it all in one place.
I guess the sort of thing that you're meant to have a different experience each time you look at it for a while as you find things, right?
Yeah. The more you find things. And this is during a time where literacy wasn't super great. And morals and teaching people like, you know, good living, teaching them like good, essentially like how to live what would we call like a pious or good life. You know, they would use images a lot to teach people. And I also really like, if we look into we're staying close to where like the porridge and the bread guy was, we see a figure that is sort of reminiscent of, that kind of looks like Jesus.
I just want to point out that there is a holy hand grenade here. Yes. But yeah, there is that Jesus figure too. I can't not mention the holy hand grenade when I see it.
Yeah, I mean the globe and the cross obviously is Christianity all around the world, and we have this Jesus figure, but there's like a beard. He always wears a beard, but there's like another beard in his face.
It's as if Jesus were wearing a Santa beard, sort of.
Right, and it feels a little bit like off-putting. Like, wait, why would you do that? So in the Dutch, they have a saying. It's like when you wear double beards, like you're masquerading something. And this one means that it's like you're masquerading someone using your piety or pretending to be someone you're not.
Oh, what's the Shakespeare quote? I'm gonna butcher it. And so I clothe myself in old on ends, stolen of holy writ, and clothe my naked villainy, and seem a saint when most I play the devil himself.
Yes, it's a really good quote.
I'm just trying to be sophisticated and keep up.
No, but like some of these are not super sophisticated. Like, you know, some of these are very complex, of course, and they're dealing with serious things like poverty and like, you know, dealing with difficulty. Some of these are actually really funny. Like there's if we go okay, we're in like the fake Jesus, right? And if we try to go up towards the river, we see like there's two people. There are two butts sticking out. Kind of hard to see, like right on the river. And we see a guy kind of like wearing a red cloak, throwing money at the river. Basically,
it took me a while to find the butts. I thought you were making it up for a while.
Yeah, these are two butts. And this is like really goofy, really silly. And this is actually like a cute saying. It's like, you know, when two people crap together, it's like two people, you can't separate them because they're always together. So if they're always together, they're gonna crap
when
together.
Two people crap together, is this the original reference of Two Girls, One Cup?
No. Oh yeah, Frizzy has an awesome question. Says there's a guy on a crossbow, off the roof. Yes, that the one also has a saying. So let's go to the guy in the crossbow. It's in the big house where there's like a bunch of pancakes on top. So the guy in the crossbow, the saying is to shoot an arrow to find another arrow, essentially. So it's like you're doing something stupid and you're wasting time. So we see he's holding the crossbow, and there's like one arrow and then another arrow. And essentially the Dutch says is like, you're shooting an arrow to find your other arrow, which is essentially like moronic, like you're being dumb, low IQ moment for this guy. He's taking an L. And then you're questioning, like, what's with the pancakes? Why is there pancakes on the roof? Again, hyper specific Flemish saying where you have tarts tiling on your house, meaning that you have abundance of wealth, but you're just using it very poorly.
Are the pancakes in the same building with the butts? I'm having a hard time finding the pancakes.
Oh yeah, zoom out and you'll see it.
They're like way over on the left.
Right.
On a different building.
So you can just zoom out and then just kind of look to your left and you'll see the biggest house actually.
Covered in pancakes.
They're
very well organized pancakes though.
Yeah.
Like it's a bit of a pattern almost.
Oh, do you want me to? Frizz is raising his hand. Not sure if you.
You're the boss. If you want to take questions, invite people on stage, go nuts. I don't want to mess up what you're working on.
Hello, welcome. And totally. Like I'm paying attention to the comments. If anybody has like one thing, they're looking at something, they want to make an observation, let me know. I'm totally into that right now. So far, we are in the first link. We're just, yeah. Oh yeah, that's deep. It's some of these are super deep and complex. Some of these are super simple and really dumb. And that's what I love about them. They're trying to communicate a very difficult idea with simple images.
I feel like there should be a memer challenge. Like how many memes can you generate just by, searching in on these various situations and adding some text to recontextualize it.
Mm-hmm. And obviously anyone can take these images, like crop it up, put some word on top, some macros, and you have a totally different meaning from what it used to be.
That's called cultural appropriation, and we do it all the time.
Yes, we do. But I love this painting so much. Like and we can go like from hours. Some of them are super specific. I know that if we're staying on the house with the tarts, right? We're looking at it. There's some really tiny ones that are super easy to miss.
We have an upside down holy hand grenade, like sort of coming off the side of the pancake house.
Yeah, that one's is to hate the world or to crap on the world, essentially.
What? Hi. What? Hey. What is do you guys see next to what you were just talking about on the wall? There's like a shadow of scissors that are cutting an eye, it looks like. Like, what's that all about? I'm into that.
So the scissors specifically is like you're gonna get cheated. So it's like a warning, like don't come to this place, they will cheat you.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Hello.
Hi. What's this group call about? Because I would love to like talk and join, but I just didn't know what it meant.
Got to read the comments where we're analyzing art and discussing the extent to which memes might or might not qualify as art.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Currently, we're looking at a Dutch painting by Pieter Bruegel. If you look in the comments, it's the top one on the list.
Oh, perfect.
There is a fellow who looks like he's almost in a suit of armor, putting a bell around what looks to be it's an okay cat. It's just not, this artist may not have seen a cat before they made this cat. I'm not sure what that's all about.
There's
Maybe
a man.
Mhm.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
There's a goblin hiding in a shadow, laughing.
Yes.
Where?
Under like the blue arch.
There he is. Oh, he's
There he
he's
is. He's
creepy.
sneaky.
Ooh, he is. Hey, real quick. Where are the butts, guys? I missed that earlier, and it's kind of driving me crazy. The river, the butts.
Oh,
Show us
yes.
the butts.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, so let's
Go. There's a.
Mhm.
Or I'll let Boy explain.
Yes. So you found the goblin, right? He's like sneaky, laughing inside the house, right?
Yes, bottom. Yeah.
Right, bottom. So you see the river, right? There's like a river, right?
Yeah.
And
Oh.
look for the bridge, and then go to the right, and you'll see like a really weird looking.
Oh, is it a butt in
those
half?
aren't knees. Those are two butts.
Those are
They
two
are?
butts. Yeah.
Ooh, those
Yeah,
are
when you consider the scale, it's a little more obvious that they are butts and not knees. But I thought knees first too.
There you go. Hey,
Oh.
thanks. Wow, those are butts. Those are
Oh,
butts.
they're
Thanks so much.
collectibles.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
4 cheeks. Thank you.
yeah, and these are, a lot of this is like meant to be funny. Oh, and the guy putting the bell and suit of armor, he's 3. He's like
He has a
3
knife
powerful.
in his mouth. I noticed.
Yeah. So what do you call when you're so armed, when you're really well armed?
Armed to the teeth.
Armed to the
Oh
teeth.
yeah.
Yep.
Oh, I get what the guy under the arch, the blue arch, he's giving the tree top because he's bending down.
Probably not, but maybe. They'll probably won't use our vernacular, but
Yeah.
Funny how versatile some of these are. Like, there's some sayings I'm pretty sure they aren't using, but like I can see in here simply because there's so much interpretation. Like the fish eating another just makes me think of Star Wars. There's always a bigger.
Always a bigger fish.
The Star Wars one
Always
is
a
good.
big-
And I like the fox and the swan. The swan looks like they're like having a nice meal together. That's kind of sweet. That's like a sweet little touch, I think.
yeah. So these are
And
Isn't
really
that cute? You see their little picnic? Aw.
The whole town is like a fantasy forest, and then there's a fire.
Yes, the fire one is about carelessness and cruelty. If you zoom in, you'll see a man warming his hands into the fire, and he is warm. The house is burning down, but he is more preoccupied with himself. So it's about
Bro.
it's about taking care of yourself, but like in a very careless way.
Totally. There's also like these 2 otters holding hands or something. I think they're otters, but they're holding hands.
Oh yeah, I see them. They're so cute.
So cute.
You're just having a time.
I feel like the dude at the fire could be just the Industrial Revolution in general, warming our hands with this huge brush fire.
Is that why that's so familiar? Oh, all right. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I like the guy who's like holding this water snake.
The
Ooh.
water sink.
He does seem to be trying to grab a snake
Oh,
by
yeah,
the
the-
tail, which I think is the worst place to grab a
I think
snake
it's
other than the
an
mouth.
eel or something.
But that's literally the same. Trying to grab a snake by the tail is like that is a bad idea.
You guys see
Totally.
the 2 dogs sharing a bone, Lady in the Tramp style, front and center? That's kind of cute too.
Yeah.
Aw.
Oh, but the pig, that's not so
Yeah.
cute.
It's not so cute.
And there's like a big fish choking another fish.
Yeah, one big eats a bigger. The big fish eats the little fish. And
Have you guys ever tried apple chips?
no.
They're so good.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we can
It's-
totally be here for essentially for hours. And like I said, I know most of these. I don't know all of them by memory. But yeah, this would be a really good start to like how people back then in art would take ideas or sayings, things that people might find funny, and put them into an image.
So
Wow.
memes are art for sure. Then that's the discussion. So we got the answer, like for sure. Yeah.
Well, but the difference is that like this artist, or is it a single artist that did this?
We're gonna go by We're gonna go by Google and assume he painted this whole thing by himself.
Okay, so like that's huge effort, and to make a meme of this is such low effort because there's just so much here to work with. So like we can say that this is all highly memeable, but I can't help but feel like you dump on the artist when, like, if you were to claim that was your original content. I feel like the phrase original content in this situation is a little dicey.
Oh, I see. So memes aren't usually considered original, or they are, or memes are not. Wait,
Memes
no,
are
memes
usually
not. Memes are
judged
usually-
to the extent like people want memes to be funny, people want memes to be original, people want memes to reflect some kind of effort, and no one knows what that means, but everyone knows a low effort shitpost when they see one. I'm just imagining me cropping this in like 60 seconds to make a meme, and the artist and every painstaking paintbrush he added to it. I can't help but feel like a hack.
Yeah, I feel you there. Do you like the history memes subreddit? Can you handle that?
I can definitely handle history memes. Yeah, they use a lot of great art.
They do.
Have you seen that, Void Boy? The sort of art that they memify on, what is it? I think history memes, but more so tripping through time. I think they really make good use of artistic representations.
That's one of my favorites too. Very good.
I really love those, especially when they're like they take one of my favorites was like a guy looking at a paper and then he kind of looks back at you kind of like very confused and annoyed. That's honestly like one of my favorites. I mean this is actually pretty cool. I'm not sure if anyone has used any portion of this painting yet to make memes. I'm sure people have. But there has been so many memes and art in art history that they just use them for, their own purposes. And I think that's fun.
Do you know how big this canvas was originally?
Originally, so I only have it in centimeters, so excuse me for American brain. So it's 163 centimeters
American
wide.
brain says what?
Yeah.
Wow, that's like smaller than it looks based on how detailed it is.
I know. The Flemish people love to paint things like super detailed. Have you ever seen Jan van Eyck?
Yeah, I think so. I can't recall immediately, but I've definitely like looked through these Dutch painters at some point or another.
Yeah, so the Dutch painters what they love to do is that they would paint, let's say they paint a ring, and then in the ring they would paint a reflection, and they would do an accurate reflection inside a tiny ring. And Jan van Eyck would do these things where he would like make a mirror and then a tiny mirror inside of the mirror, and then he would make a tiny reflection in it. So they were like masters of making very tiny paintings.
I have to wonder if, like, I'm looking at this on my phone, which I would usually think isn't ideal, but the ability to zoom in on these pieces, like, seems like that would be harder to do in person. You gotta get up close. And I haven't been to a lot of art museums, but I don't know that you're supposed to get that close to the art.
Not necessarily.
I could see security frowning upon that.
Yeah, but this would be pretty. I mean, yeah, this would be kind of probably like average size. Looking at the canvas, it's probably like an average size painting. But it's
Was this commissioned for a client or something? Like, where did this go when it was made?
So this is more of like a genre painting. So I think back then the pejorative would be peasant scenes, and they were very popular for
just peasant things.
Yeah, just the peasants, just a peasant thing. And I think during the times of the Renaissance, so like the Renaissance was around, so the Italian market was more geared towards like paintings of the Jesus and whatever, and the church would be a big like proponent for these.
Can I ask about one of these guys?
Sure. And just a quick question. Most likely the church would sponsor these things because they would have like I said, a lot of these sayings are also tied to living a good life. So for public decency or whatever. Yes.
Proverbs.
Yes.
Okay, so at the bottom right, we already saw the holy hand grenade and talked about that a little bit. And I don't know if it's related or actually a separate scene because it can be hard to tell. There is a dude whose his entire front half seems to be stuck inside a globe or a sphere of some kind.
Yeah, that's the globalist.
Is he a flat earther?
He's probably like a future flat earther. Probably have to look this one up.
He's grinning. He's grinning a good bit. He's got it looks like he's doing a little chuckle.
Is it that he's in his own world? Is that what's going on?
Oh, maybe he's in his own little world. Oh, yeah. He does seem happy.
Found it. Yep. Oh yeah, he's in his own little bubble. Yep.
Cracked the case. He's got an echo chamber.
Oh my god, this is so awesome! You guys are like, already figuring out just by looking at it.
This is cool. This is really cool. Okay.
I will confirm it real quick because I have like a little mini list of them. It's just so hard.
You have your teacher's edition.
Oh my god, my teacher's edition is terrible. Has so many weird inscriptions and is like coffee stains all over the place. So again, this is not a perfect translation because again, it's the Dutch, and unfortunately, this might not be great. I want to double check because this sounds really weird.
Is it swear words?
No, it's not swear words.
I'm a little disappointed now.
Okay, so it comes from the direct translation is to have to stoop to get on in the world.
You have to bend down, or maybe we would say you have to bend over to get ahead in the world.
Right. And essentially would be to succeed, you must achieve sacrifices.
Is that a crucifix connected to his little bubble? Do you guys see that next to the?
Oh, right. It's a giant holy hand grenade, isn't it?
Yeah, it's another holy hand grenade. Yeah, there's two of them.
Oh no, his bubble is.
I think that's a common old way of depicting the universe and like God's dominion over it.
Sort of a nod to the hierarchy of being, or the chain of being, or whatever.
Yeah.
Because you see that in church art and stuff.
Yeah, typically the bull with the cross essentially means of Christianity all around the world.
I assume that Christians in this time wanted to go to the North Pole to place a giant cross there. That would be the natural order of things in their mind.
That would have been the ultimate achievement for them.
I just found Basketboy. You guys.
Where is he?
Oh, can you see him? Can you? Okay, I'll give you a hint. Okay, he's closer to fake Jesus.
Closer to fake Jesus. Let's see.
Who are we looking for?
So there's someone in a basket. Boy. So yeah, just go find fake Jesus and then go to your right, and you'll see someone who's in
he's
a basket.
just hanging there.
He is. What do you think? What do we think his deal is, guys?
Is the baby put out with the basket?
And it's like a normal man. Just his butt is in a basket stuck.
What's that?
I would like to submit that once you become stuck in a basket, you are no longer a normal man.
Oh, bother.
So what do you guys think it might be?
Did he lay these walking eggs next to him?
I just saw he did. And look at they're both just excited.
This is the weirdest thing I've seen in this painting so far. And we've been staring at it for a while now.
Basket Boy made things way weirder, you guys. Whoa.
Gets really weird. So we have eggs.
And this lady is looking at the eggs like, should I cook with these or what?
Should I baptize them? Or what we doing a christening? Oh my God.
So the lady keeping the eggs, the proverb, and letting the goose go, because it's running away. It's essentially to make a bad decision, to keep the hen's eggs, to let the goose egg go. So she's keeping a smaller egg and letting go of the bigger egg. Right?
I mean, it is walking away of its own fruition. I don't know that I would want to keep an egg that tried to walk away from me.
How about the guy that's, watching the supervisor down low, the spotter? He's kind of spotting him. It looks like. What's his investment in this? Do you reckon?
The spotter, which guy? Where we're looking at?
The guy with his mouth wide open, like just in front of them.
Oh, okay. So he's yawning. So again, this is super weird. And he's and he's not
This
yawning
bores
at
him.
the egg. He's yawning at the oven, which is not on.
Oh.
So it's yawning at an oven. And I think for the Dutch is like attempting more than what you can actually do, doing something impossible, essentially, because you can't turn on an oven by yawning at it.
Wow.
I will remember that.
Yeah, that's good, right?
In the
That's
modern
the
age, we can
definition
make
of
it work.
insanity is doing it over and over again. But this is like can't yawn at ovens or you're not gonna do the whole thing. Yeah.
Again, these are from like probably if someone was from the Netherlands, they'll like absolutely get what they're referring to. I don't know what how yawning at an oven means that you're doing more than what you're supposed to do, but for the
You're
Dutch,
doing
Did
a
we
very
ever-
good job explaining. I hope my joke.
Did we ever figure out what the deal is with the basket guy, or did I just miss that?
Oh, so the basket guy obviously is exposed and is it's basically falling through a basket. It's basically like your fly is open. Like, whoops, you fell on a basket,
Okay.
loser. You're
Your
lame.
fly's open. You got a little spinach in your teeth, fella.
Basically, it's basically like being in a very awkward situation, and as you can see, he's almost like praying a little bit. Sometimes there's another proverb that goes like to be suspended between heaven and earth. Like you're in between and you're kind of like awkwardly placed there. So that's why he's kind of looking up in the sky, almost like, oh no, please God, help me. He's like, I can't help you there, buddy. Sorry.
He's SOL. Yeah, he's SOL.
He's taking a big L.
He is. Whenever you guys are ready, I have questions about the man with the fan in the pond with his pants, his trousers. He like dropped trow in the pond, it looks like, and either he's super blessed because there's like light on him, or he peed the pond. And I was wondering what you guys thought about that.
My money's on he peed the pond.
He peed the pond. Okay. And yes, you're absolutely correct. There is a ray of sunshine right on the bottom of the river, but that could also be something else. What do you guys think about this image? Like if the sun is shining, and let's look at the expression. Like what is that expression of like?
Well,
Walking on sunshine, shouting at the sun.
he looks, he didn't pull his pants up, I don't think.
It could
So
be fear. I think those are like long boot-like things.
Long Johns. Oh.
Because they don't seem to connect. I mean, there's like a shadow between them, but I think they're like waiting gear of some sort.
Let's see if I could get physically closer to this computer screen real quick. Okay.
He's lost his hat.
Wow, yeah. Good one, good. So he's ditching clothes, maybe?
This is gonna be really stupid. This is like a really stupid one. Is to be unable to see the sunshine on the water. And
I feel like we're like Law and Order SVU coming in, trying to figure out what all these people are up to, and it's just peasant things.
yeah, apparently that was a
Executive
phrase.
producer Dick Wolf.
Dick Wolf. Apparently that was a phrase popular by at the time. It literally means to not be jealous of others' success. So not be able to see the sun shining from the water means that you're like, being jealous of other people shining.
Okay, so we got a little envy going on. Do you or rather, don't be envious is the message. What do you think his golden fan represents? Like, just being flossy, just being kind of just.
Yeah, it could also be me. It could also mean like he's very like vain, right? Having like a very large fan, and like the fashion is also very like not normal. Like if that's like the only, I think that's the only normal thing happening here. But like compared to everyone else, he is dressed very differently. Like,
He is so vain. He probably thinks this song is about him.
Exactly.
It was a Carly Simon joke. I'm real sorry if no one got it, and I'm sorry to everyone who did get it. All right.
I knew about it, and I was like, this is a song that I have not heard in a long time.
I'm sorry.
It's all good.
All right. So I feel like we're pretty good about this. How do you guys feel about this whole?
I mean, we could go on and on, but yeah, we've covered some ground here. We've answered some questions. We've closed some cases.
Yeah.
I feel closure on everything we've discussed so far.
Awesome. And yeah, feel free to go to the link and actually go to, there's a website, I think, that has most of the Proverbs. I mean, if you want to get all of them, history books are always there. I'm sorry. But we'll move on to the second link. So if you go, everyone, if you're listening in, welcome. We're going to visualize another image. We'll probably stay a little bit of time with it because it's like a good companion to the last image we see. It's an image by Brad Troemel.
Are you winning, son? Just stands out to me.
Yeah.
Am I winning, son? I don't know, guys.
So everybody who's here, go to the second link, and we're looking at we would say a contemporary meme. This is pretty in vogue
I would
today.
say at its core, it's a soy jack, but obviously it's a lot more than that as well.
Shout out to the effort put into drawing those messed up blinds.
I know, right?
That is a masterpiece right there.
That is a symbol of a person's state, though. Like when your blinds are that tapped, just take the blinds down. It's over.
Okay.
That's the chaos he's living in.
Right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me fix my blinds real quick.
I have big feelings about blinds.
But like this to me is my favorite intersect between art and meme.
But there's literally, to use the very direct term, there's literally rat fucking going on.
Yeah, exactly. This is someone going through a chaotic situation in their lives. And I love it because it's so personal, but also very relatable. Like we relate to what a lot is going on here. Even if we're not artists ourselves, we can totally relate. And before we go to we're gonna do the same thing that we did with the Bruegel painting. We're just gonna start scavenging, looking for all little details and what story this painting is telling us. And the whole, I guess the main meme. This one's like more of like a little bit more of a one note, right? It's trying to tell, it mainly tries to say one thing, but in the background there's just so many little stories happening that I would just love for us to talk about it.
Do we know the artist?
Yes, the artist's name is Brad Troemel, the guy who made this image. So I'm assuming he's
now this is going to reveal my biases. I don't feel bad claiming a portion of this as my personal content, like I'd saying it's original content. Not so much because I think it's original, but because I feel like I can get away with it better because it's already sort of meme-ish.
It is very meme-ish. I mean, I just love it so much. It's a great Wojak. Yeah, and yeah, he's kind of a soy jack. He is making fun of himself, and like the specific attire. And there's a lot of cool little details. Like, we see like the Wojak painting, and then we see like the little stool without the the little padding. like Chinese food, some car keys, and a phone, and a little fidget spinner.
The fidget spinner.
Just in case anyone's listening that doesn't know what Wojak, what was it? Where the Soja? What you just said? Just in case anyone doesn't know, I do. But just in
Wojak
case anyone
is the
doesn't,
actual
could you
name.
explain it for everyone? Thank you.
Yes. Yeah, Brockman, go ahead. Explain it for us.
Well, I don't know the specific artist, but I think Wojak style memes / comics have been around for a while on the internet. I think they've only recently become super mainstream in the last couple of years. But yeah, I don't know the artist, but they're known for their surrealist views on people, like that much like the image we see here, that people are frequently written in a way that's kind of not making them look good. And it sort of harkens back to rage face memes back in the day when that, is a thing. But yeah, I'm sure someone else could explain better the origins and trajectories of Wojak.
If I remember right, it has to do, I think it comes from a Polish username that's actually originally Wojak. And it's like...
Yeah, that sounds right.
It's like it was making fun of some user by that name by illustrating him in like a fashion that was used to make fun of aspects of his life or something like that. I don't remember the details exactly, but
I don't know if it's the original artist, but there's always like a double faced, like a lot of people wear masks or like are hiding tears. There's often like a smug face over a crying face, which like becomes so meta that I'm not even sure what we're talking about anymore sometimes.
I feel like we're looking at almost like a visual like journal entry too. Like like a sad one a little, you know what I mean? This is pretty personal, right? Like
look at his degrees on the back.
Yeah,
wall.
that's what I'm
MPA,
his
PhD.
I feel a lot of shame coming off here, but also like this self-deprecating thing of like it's fine because I'm joking about it. Like I kind of do that, you know what I mean?
I feel like this is like peak millennial, a little like that. I'm seeing a lot of like sort of nods to I checked the boxes, but I'm not reaping the benefits sort of thing, which is obviously not just millennials that feel that.
There's also the very like nice shoes. Like he has nice tennis shoes. And that's
invested in shoes, not in the rest of the outfit.
Right.
Yeah, there's like the one piece of conspicuous consumption right there.
That's a really, really good catch. He does have really nice shoes.
And specifically like there's like little Annie's boxes, little scattered all over the floor. It's like
oh man, that hits. My daughter loves those.
Yeah. So we can tell this is like a specific. He's going really specific, right? Joe's Pizza is probably somewhere close where he eats. We see like cans of.
The fan actually says Lascaux, which is a very popular brand of box fan. So it's likely that he actually has that fan.
Yes. What is stacked? There's books or something, I think, stacked with candles around them and something in the middle. What do you think that is?
Do I see bottles of pee?
Those are pee bottles, absolutely. This man has clinical depression, yes.
Oh, no. Wait, is that a symptom of clinical depression? I've never heard that before.
Can be, yeah, for bad. Yeah.
So
but you're usually not in a great place if that's where you're peeing, I think.
Right. This is probably like someone's like lowest point. And I think it says art for rum.
Where you see that?
In the stack, you're saying like stack of.
Yes, yeah. Yes.
I think it's saying art for rum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Art for rum. Okay,
so
art for
almost look like the candles almost look like a summoning circle that he lost interest in.
I was thinking we're using a Ouija board for what now? Yeah, it's the red and blue striped object I see that I'm curious. Because we know what bottles look like in this. We see the piss bottles, and then we see the water bottle that's also yellow in the front. What is the red thing on the stack of art for them?
Yeah, I don't know. Probably another beverage.
I know it doesn't look quite right, but I'm assuming some sort of sex toy. There, I went
Probably.
there. Maybe that says more about me than the art.
Oh, he's probably trying to summon something. I like on the wall is like keep paying in, and then there's like debt pyramid. You are here. It's like the very bottom.
Yeah, interesting that the debt pyramid is a rainbow. It makes me wonder if it's like, suggesting that our individuality doesn't mean much because we're in this sort of pyramid scenario.
Probably like a pyramid scheme or something. Obviously this person is frustrated. This person is going through a very difficult time in their lives.
We didn't go over the word, like the word hustle, verb, first definition, the most important word ever. So there's the late stage capitalist sort of bent to the message we're receiving here.
It's a marketing term, a safe marketing term. It's used everywhere.
Yeah. It's like the proliferation of things. There's like a lot of stuff. I love this. This is like, these are memes. This is very memeish, but it's also very...
But these are our peasant things. This is the peasants of today at the bottom of that little rainbow triangle.
It's for us and we get it.
Yeah, we immediately, and 100 years ago, and let's say 100 years ago or 300 years ago, from now, like 300 years from now, people will look at this and it's like, oh, this is the, what the lowest commoner would be. And this is kind of like a genre, right? Of this sort of image.
Well, and we do in meme culture, we really riff and joke on these characters, but we also question, are we becoming these characters?
Don't stare into the Wojak. The Wojak stares back at you.
Oh my God, it's true.
Oh, chills, bro.
So someone pointed out in comments, and I confirmed that each of his he has 3 degrees, all from DeVry, which I'm told is a for-profit, not super well-accredited school. So that stings. That stings. That's 3 times over. Yowza.
Yeah, he got scammed 3 times. And yeah, he's obviously making fun of people, but he's making fun of people who getting degrees from DeVry, which is also kind of a meme, but he's also realizing that this is not a good situation.
Right. Like we're kind of set up to fail type of deal. Like we're not set up to succeed the way we are sold.
Right.
Like,
Yeah, and it's a criticism. It's a big criticism of like society. Society moment. Did you know we live in a society?
What? Us? When?
Crazy.
So what can we say about the art within the art? It seems like all of his paintings are rather samey abstracts.
It's very interesting what he's working on in canvas. Like the rainbow colors are really, prominent in a few parts. The pyramid scheme, his interesting Play-Doh creations, and then what he's actually painting. It's weird that there's not, it's just looks so different from the rest of the art style, like what he's creating. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Perhaps it speaks to a lack of vision or creativity.
Yeah. I also love that the art itself is very saturated and popping with color while his surroundings are not.
Or maybe he sells the art and it's garbage and that's what he's trapped with it.
Oh, my goodness.
That would explain why there are so many of them, but he's clearly not enjoying creating them. And that's the hustle theme.
Yep.
That's the hustle. What do we got on? I'm gonna look on the whiteboard now to check out if we have any more. I like that.
Yeah, there's some specific things on the whiteboard. The first top line, it says curators, I think information completed or curator like submissions. And this is actually a reference to like getting your stuff jured. 3D orders, dirty. List cities include W. Yeah.
I like how in green, right above the to-do list is, what is that? 30 order, 30 listings included in. You see that? Is that 30 order?
Yeah, I see that.
So he does have his own little thing going on, guys, I think, right?
Yeah.
Good boy points.
Good boy points, which is that's another little meme right there, right? Because like good boy points to get the chicken tendies.
I don't think I know that one.
Oh yeah, that one's that's like a pretty very 4chan-esque points. Getting your good boy points. Like I think there was a copy pasta very popular of somebody who lives with his mom, and he was describing his day, and he says if I get enough good boy points, my mom will buy me chicken tendies. That's where it come from.
Thank you for that.
Oh, this is my time to confess. I have never been to 4chan as a sort of professional point.
Good. Congratulations. I'm glad. I'm happy for you. I went one time. It's like the Shadowlands and the Lion King, you know what I mean? It's like Simba.
But
we
a
don't
lot
fuck
of
with
meme
that area.
formats come from there.
Yeah. Exactly.
And like at Dank Christian Memes, I have to accept that like on a level, we are a Chan board too. Like, so yeah.
But like with the circle of memes though, like I feel like that's more of oof. What do you think 4chan would do with this here? With this piece here?
I feel like 4chan would, like, other than the fact that this is obviously artistic and created a lot of effort, I feel like they would see a lot of the stuff we see, but I imagine they might have a different sort of bent on it.
Or like hatred, probably like rage, yeah.
Yo, I don't want to interrupt too much, but it's after midnight here and I'm getting very tired, so I think I'm going to dip out, but have fun, y'all.
Thank you.
Well, thanks for coming by. I'm sorry we kept you up so late.
That's all right. I'm just dog sitting right now, so I've been exhausted waking up early and everything.
You're on that dog schedule.
Yeah, he's giving me a lot of love right now.
Aw.
Yeah.
Go cuddle with the pup.
All right, see y'all.
Night night.
Enjoy your puppy nap.
Good night. All right, so let's see, we're here. We were at looking at stuff, looking at everybody. Okay.
Can I say something about the rats fucking? I just
yes,
Go
please.
for
I
it.
feel
Let it all out.
I feel like it's all right. I'm a person. I have a home and I have cats, and my cats are for keeping rodents under control. But I feel like instead of like filling the piece of art with rats, he just had the two rats having sex, which just confirms for everyone that there are many, many rats here. You can only see two.
You can only
See
exactly. You can see three. There's one on top of the air shaft.
Oh, right. So yeah, I feel like there's a little bit of rat shorthand that we
Right,
can
like-
presume in the background. There
There
are
will be.
more rats. Maybe in
There
that hole in the wall, probably some rats in there.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, no, there will be rats will be up here. They are tenants in this place as well. Yes. Wow.
Mhm.
There will be rats.
Yeah, and we see this guy here, like the dad, are you winning son? But it's not real. It's actually, he's imagining it.
What would my father think?
Exactly. Like, what if this would happen?
Ooh.
What if he like walks in here right now and it's like, which this is a great meme. Like, I love the "Are you winning, son?" Like, there's just so many. This right now is one of my favorite iterations of this meme, which is ultimately what this is. This is like an "Are you winning, son?" meme, kind of condensed. But there's
I would say so. At its core,
at its core, is simply like, this is the joke. It's like dad walks in, but the dad's not even here. He's like in a studio somewhere or like in a loft. You're not doing so great.
I feel like the wild contrast between this and the one we just looked at is how everyone in that painting seemed to be focused on what they were specifically told not to, kind of like, and this guy, modern day, is doing everything kind of the quote right way. Do you know what I'm like? It looks like he's done everything he really can to better his situation, and there's
the
like
apartment
a lot
is
of
full of
stuff.
crummy paintings that he's presumably trying to sell. So
Mhm.
he is hustling.
Yeah,
He has the posters, and shit, and the keep hanging, like, you know what I mean. He has the very like literally check marks in the image, you know what I mean. Like, he really tried to do it by the books. It seems like he fell for some rough advertising along the way.
Yeah, don't go to DeVry, folks. I'm hearing bad things. It's not the way to get ahead.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
great. Mr. Fusion wrote a comment. It's interesting. He is in art for profit and got screwed by the system that was also for profit. He should have learned there's no substance when profit is the goal. Yes and no. Because I necessarily think that artists do deserve to have a living wage. I mean,
art and business always have a complicated relationship, but a relationship nonetheless. Unless, with the exception of memes, right? Because you can't sell. No, you know what? You can sell memes. You can get a job for Coca-Cola tweeting out Coca-Cola related memes. I take it back. Yeah.
Yeah. And if we enjoy things like Netflix, we enjoy things like movies and comics. Yes, artists deserve to be just like paid. So much as we, value people like programmers so much to make our websites, we have to value our artists that makes them cool and pretty and, and they add the things that we like. So I guess what he's railing mostly is on the problems with the system rather than the actual issue. Yeah, so I think we're a little bit over in time, so we can do one more and then we can wrap it up.
Do you guys know the
Sounds
logo on
good
the
to me.
shirt? Logo on the shirt, real quick.
I don't know.
Okay, sorry.
It looks, honestly, it reminds me of the T at the Boston train station, that they just have the T with a circle around it. Barely counts as a logo.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, that actually looks like the T.
That's hip.
Nice.
Do all trains in every city just have a T on them, which would sort of be appropriate, I guess.
Well, it's so there's the MBTA, and he's probably from Massachusetts, if that's the case. The T is like that.
This is total a journal entry. This is so cool. Okay, thank you.
Nice.
Oh, that's what happens when I go to school in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good accent you threw on there at the end. That was not bad.
Boston.
So,
all right, yeah. So let's move on to our next one before we put anyone else to sleep. I hope Jacob is enjoying his puppy nap.
So this last one, this would be considered literal shit posting. So we got the last one's Marcel Duchamp's fountain. And it's literally just a urinal.
It's about the art he's not creating. It's about the music he's not playing.
It's about the peas we don't take in the potty.
And what I love about this so much is it doesn't even have a description. You go through it. Yeah, this is literally just a urinal. When Marcel Duchamp did this, he was necessarily criticizing the art world for not with enough money and enough influence, you can get anything put on a.
Is this like the banana tape to the wall kind of situation?
Yes, but this was a little bit more sophisticated. The banana one, Duchamp was already a very established surrealist painter and abstractionist, and R. Mutt was a surname that he used to basically disguise himself as an artist trying to put this ridiculous ready-made. And also, this urinal was made in a factory. He didn't sculpt this. He literally bought it at the store and just presented it as art.
I love
shitpost. Yeah, it really is a shitpost.
It really is a low effort,
but labeled as OC. Okay, well, yeah. I mean, he proved it. That makes all our thieving legitimate then.
1917, baby. Wow, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And what's so important about this, by the way, this only lasted from 1917 to 1964. I think the original was lost at some point. I'm not sure.
I bet you I could make a pretty convincing recreation.
Exactly. And during this time, ready-mades were literally this post-industrial revolution, and things that were usually made by hand are now being made in factories, mass-produced, and bought en masse. And what Marcel Duchamp was seeing, well, if this is happening to every single industry that is essentially people have to make stuff, and art, you need people to make it. Eventually art will fall into the same path as this. Therefore art will look like this. This is like, he's trying to predict the future, essentially. Like art will be ready-made.
I have seen the future and it is shit.
He
Exactly.
did it. He did it.
And Marcel Duchamp is he is legitimately a genius. Like he's actually a chess grandmaster. I think after he became a painter. So he's an incredibly intelligent person. And a lot of people like to meme and make fun of him. But he was really ahead of his time when he made this. So that's why I think it's a little bit more, he's saying a lot more than the tape banana guy. You know, he was necessarily reacting to like a really big change in the world.
I bet this got some reaction from people at the time.
Oh yeah, people hated it. People thought it was dumb.
Did it sell for a price?
Did it?
Like was it valued at a, what was its situation? Because that was part of his deal, right? To prove that this absolute shitpost could basically pass for art.
He called it a fountain. He didn't give it a description. Like, is there even a price?
I don't remember if he actually sold it, because I don't think his point was to get famous. He was already well known at this point. And I
feel like in today's world, it would 100% sell. There would be an NFT of it. There would be a Bored Ape peeing into it. Like it would be a thing.
Oh my God,
maybe they weren't in the same sort of late stage capitalism we saw in our last painting. So
I love how this is like the middle of everything that we've looked at. This is like what's to come, but it also ties it in really well. You did a good job selecting these.
Thank you.
Well, that Void Boy is our resident artist.
It's fun to see kind of like how things are connected to each other, like how you know, we think of shit posting and it's like minimal effort, and we don't think that happens in the fine art world, but it does happen. And there's this awesome like connection between internet attitudes that are essentially just people. It's human. It happens everywhere.
Now we just need Banksy to like do a soy jack or a Wojak somewhere. That would really bring everything full circle.
Yes. Now we need another artist to post a meme and then sell it. What is the point? Is the question?
Up to the plate, man. I mean, I'll do it.
Maybe. I go to school.
They can't prove it wasn't a Banksy.
They can't. Oh, you go to school in Emmanuel College? Nice. Someone like, I'm reading the comments right now. And I think Mr. Fusion says, what if the point is to question what continues art? Probably. Like, what is the future of art looking like? Probably what Fountain. But again, this is Duchamp was following into the movement of Dada. Dada was mostly like creating art for like the sake of it and for the absurd, and obviously to criticize things. And sometimes it's just to be goofy, a little silly. And that's what sometimes memes are. It's just to be goofy and silly. And we could just say one last quick thing of the last image, which is my favorite, the E meme.
The
it's just E. It's just Markiplier with the E. Spoiler, this meme is one of the earliest surrealist deep fried memes. They don't mean anything. They're not connected to any narrative. This isn't a reference to anything. This is just
a fever dream.
It's just random stuff.
Yeah.
To help melt your brain so you can swallow some sort of weird pill after you fall down some sort of weird rabbit hole.
Well, I only have stupid shit to say about this, so you guys go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, this is more shit than the shit post. It was a certified shit post, too.
Oh, God. So what do we... Okay, so that's Laura's Mark White's, face and hair, right? I'm sorry. That's
We have stared into the void, and behold, it does look back as we were warned.
Hello?
Hello.
Okay, no. I just have to say one quick thing on this meme because this is honestly like this is the fucking epitome of like just stupidity. But if you look at a lot of the memes now and then like you look back at this meme really did pave the way for what was to come. Like this is a legendary meme. Like this
You
is
mean
not
like deep fried memes, or you mean like something more than that?
like bro, like I almost can't even describe it, but like it's just like so stupid. It has no sense. Like it just paved the way, man. Like it paved the way for a lot of stuff. Like I see a lot of stupid shit on Reddit now of just memes that are so stupid that it's funny. And I look back at it and I think this was the first meme I've ever seen that like actually made me laugh because it was just fucking stupid. There was nothing more to it. It was just so bad it was good. You know,
this
like
was the first one, huh? This was like the big daddy.
yeah, man. This started it all, man. This started the new wave of just like this like marked the beginning of the end for like memes on the internet.
I wouldn't say this is the end of memes, but it is an end.
You know what I mean though when I say that. Obviously, we're entering a new era, but like
your grandma knows
we're
memes
entering
though. Like
fucking-
memes are
I
like
don't even know.
memes are mainstream in a way that we didn't expect them to be, or many people didn't expect them to be. And I think especially for people on 4chan, 8chan, and whatever other dark corners of the internet, making it not mainstream, making it normie free sort of is the goal. And this is one way to do that.
Yeah. And I love ending it with this one in particular because this one's a great footnote too.
It'll give me good dreams. Like I could end on it. Like this is a great ending.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And it's great because it ties in with what we talked about earlier with Duchamp's like fountain, which is absurd and really dumb, but try to say something profound. And Marcel and Duchamp predicted what was going to happen to art in the future. That is going to be whether with consumerism, whether with copies and ready-mades and stuff. And the E is almost like predicting what memes are becoming right now, which is right now is a normal to be absurd, devoid of narrative, devoid of context. It's the meme for its own purpose and reason.
100%.
Yeah, and I think what I love
art for art's sake, memes for meme's sake,
memes for meme's sake, right?
Oh gosh, so like at the time, like I guess a lot of the memes before deep fried kind of came around were a lot of like the I'm 14 and this is deep, like everything had to mean something when like every joke had to like mean something really like specific, a joke, a reference or something. And this, I don't know how to feel about this. Can someone tell me how to feel about this? We're about to close this. How do I feel? That's Lord Farquaad in his hair. Am I missing something? Is that Bernie with the camera? What's happening? How do I feel?
It's supposed to be Markiplier's face on Farquaad, correct? Like that's Farquaad.
There is an original context for this. We may not be able to know what it is because it's all so generic.
If someone thought of this,
but there is a legal, like this is either in a courtroom or in Congress or something like that. But we can likely never figure out what day, what event it was.
I'm feeling from this anxiety. I don't know how to feel about it. Tell me, what do you guys feel about it so I can copy your answers? Seriously, what is this?
I feel like I want to keep scrolling, but I can't.
That's it.
I feel like the reason
that's it. That's how I feel.
I feel like the reason it's E, I feel like the dude making it might have been making like something else, but then he just did like a typo and he's like, wait a second. E.
Probably.
Just fucking left it at that and like he made a masterpiece. Some of the best works of art are made on accident, you know, like Bob Ross said, there's no such thing as a mistake. Or whatever the fuck that famous painter was when he was like, there's no mistakes in art or whatever. Like, I think this is a great example of that.
No mistakes, just happy accidents.
Yes.
I guess that is the joke of it, right?
That's
exactly
heavy.
that.
That's heavy.
That every choice is so deliberate. And of all the things you could have chosen, you chose E.
E.
Oh, shit, so fucking deep. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm 14 and this is deep.
Oh man.
So yeah, that's kind of it. I have to actually go because I have to went a little bit over my time, but feel free to continue and talk about this because we can totally talk about this for hours.
Well, we're going to close it down,
It's
but I wonder if we
it's
could.
midnight in Italy. I'm out of here.
Thank you.
I wonder if we could do another episode at some point in the future.
If I'm on Reddit and I see you guys are having an episode, I'm joining.
Sure.
I'd like to as well, please, if I can as well invite myself.
Yeah, it's pretty open invitation, as you may have noticed.
Yeah. Thanks. Hey, you did a Void Boy put this together?
Yeah,
did a great
Void Boy
job.
ran the show.
These were really good. These were really good choices, and this was a lot of fun. You did good.
Yes, I definitely had fun, and I feel like perhaps the memes I make in the future might be a little bit better after having had this educational experience.
Yeah. If you're interested, I also do this on my own. I think I'm gonna do one in another subreddit called Talk Squad. If you're interested, I'll send you the link to them.
Yes.
Talk Squad is good people. I recommend them.
Yeah.
Please do link that to me. I'd appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm gonna do the next one, art talk that I'm going to talk about is Gustav Klimt. And what I like to talk about Gustav Klimt specifically is that there were a series of paintings that were destroyed during World War II for reasons, and thanks to AI technology, new technology, they've restored and colored for the first time based on very faint images, photographs before they were destroyed, and they were called the faculty paintings. They weren't popular, but it was one of Gustav's most beautiful artwork. And I think it's so amazing that his artwork looks like AI artwork, but good. And it's incredible that AI has restored these images and how uncannily beautiful, almost digital they look. And I just kind of wanted to talk about like AI, talk about Gustav Klimt, how he's like, to this day, he kind of almost was like a alchemist. Like he could literally predict the future of art through his paintings. And he was just so ahead of everybody. And I just love talking about him. So if you're interested in that, talking about really heavy, complex things, because he's a very mystical person, would always wear a kimono. He was a weeb. I think he's also kind of like the proto weeb. Would love to have you on.
That sounds awesome. Thank you so much.
All right. Should I wrap it up here? Are we all set?
Yeah, we're good.
All right. This has been the Dank Christian Memes podcast. Our music is provided by Olive Tiger. Our next recording session is Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Dank Christian Memes is a place for all kinds of Christians and all kinds of non-Christians to enjoy silly memes and silly art together, as it turns out. If you would like to connect with our community further, there's a link to our Discord in the comments section. Thank you for listening, and until next time, may the memes bless you and keep you.